Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you haven't done so yet, please feel free to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below, and if you hit that bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. I do try to post weekly, if possible. Lots of exciting things to talk about today. Oh my goodness. So, we're going to start with shop update, and I have a lot to talk about, and then again, some that I can't talk about. So, Advents are in the shop currently. I just have a couple left still, and those will remain as pre-orders until I start shipping them out. So, they won't be shipping until November, and there's 24 20-gram mini skeins of varying bases, and then one 100-gram full-size skein for the day 25. I'm really excited. I started dyeing up the colorways this weekend, and I'm really pumped. So excited. Oh my goodness. I have pictured the colors that I wanted it to be, and it's everything I want it to be, and I'm so excited. That just makes me thrilled to see how it will evolve, because I have this awesome fade in mind, and it is definitely going to be inspired by the photo that is on the listing. If you go to the listing link, which is if you go the more info below the video, there's going to be a link, and that'll take you to that Advent listing. And I'm so excited. And the problem is I want to start knitting with it like right now, and I can't. I can't. I guess I could, but I guess I could. I don't want to do that though, because I love opening it with you guys. Like that's kind of like that's part of the thrill and the enjoyment of it. The season of Advent is so wonderful, and the anticipation and patience, and that's kind of the point. And so I really feel like I should just wait, and that way I can open it with everyone at the same time, and we get to enjoy the excitement of opening one each day. And oh my gosh, yeah. So they're all going to be individually wrapped skeins, and day 25 will just be wrapped really cute. It's really cute. But day 1 through 24, I will wrap them they're in little paper bags, and I will, once I get that all finished, I'll show an example of what that would look like where it's wrapped up, of course. No spoilers here. But there'll be hand-stamped packaging. I just did handwritten numbers last year, which was great, but that was my first time around. This time I found some super cool vintage stamps, so I'm actually going to be stamping with vintage stamps the numbers on, and then I will also be stamping with some cool nature stamps on there as well. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait for you guys to get them. And if you do want one, if you want one as a gift, either for yourself or a friend or family member, definitely hop on over, because if you really want one, I don't want you to miss out. But of course, I will leave the listings up as active pre-orders until they sell out. Yeah, but I'm very excited. If you can't tell, because starting to dye it and dyeing these colors on the different bases, especially some of the super fun bases, because they're all fun. They're all fun bases, let's be real. But there's some that have a little extra something going on with some sparkle, and these colors are just magical, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Can you tell I'm like fighting the urge to knit with this myself? I really am. I really am. It's brutal. I can't. Oh gosh. All right. Other shop news that's super exciting. So I was a sponsor. Multifarious Nature is a sponsor for a prize, one of the prizes for Knit Graffiti's brioche along that's currently going on. And I can't remember when she started her brioche along. I don't know. But for April, Multifarious Nature's prize was drawn, and I did send out the winner's prize. So congratulations. Her name's Sarah as well. So congratulations, Sarah. I don't know if you're watching this, but if you do, congratulations. And I sent her a full-size skein. Actually, this colorway. It's a different base. I sent her the my merino nylon, like a sock base, because I know that's super versatile and most people can deal with merino. So that's what I sent her, and it is this colorway. It's a limited run colorway, and it's called Off to Oz, and it's super fun. There's lots of fun speckles. We've got some blues, greens, yellow, beautiful, like it almost looks pearl, like pearlized purple running through here, and and purple speckles. I love this. Was such a fun colorway to make. This is a limited run colorway, so there's a limited amount in the shop, and I only dyed it up. No record of the recipe, and that is it. So once it's gone, it's gone. But I'm so excited that she got to have this. So hopefully she will be receiving it very soon, because I shipped it out on Friday. So very exciting. So that's Off to Oz. Just gonna plop that back up on my little hook here. Skeins make wonderful wall art, don't they? I just want to show you guys this because it's not in the screen anymore, but I think you need to see this because I think you guys will appreciate that. See? Don't skeins make wonderful wall art? They do. They really do. I know you guys appreciate this. Anyway, and it's super fun because if you put the hooks, you can just switch them out. Just make sure they're not in direct light because, you know, sunlight fades anything. Paintings, yarn, clothes. Have you guys ever had that? Like hung something up? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I had like an open air. I had a closet where my parents live. This is really a tangent, sorry, but anyway, I had a closet that had a window in it, and I had, you know, one of those holiday, like a dress you wear like once a year maybe, and I had it hanging in there, and because there's direct light and I never pulled the curtain that was in there, which I should have done, you know, hindsight, it got like faded on part of the dress. I remember that. It was like the sleeve area, and I was like, oh gosh, that looks silly. So anyway, please don't keep your precious items, especially your wonderful hand-dyed yarn, don't keep it in direct sunlight. It's okay if sun hits it here and there, but like don't keep it in direct sunlight. You know, these are treasured items. Okay. Anyway, super random tangent. I'm feeling all random today. Okay, I got some sleep last night. Maybe that's what it is. I've been really having issues sleeping. It's a struggle, and yeah, I know what's causing it. It's frustrating, but it's okay. It's okay. I am good. I am good, but it's a struggle. Totally a struggle. So anyway, sidetracked. So I've been getting sleep. You wouldn't know it because of my randomness, but that's why I have a little more energy. I got some sleep. So anyway, works in progress. I've got 2 today. So I've been very monogamous. I talked about this last week, and of course, a pattern covers over here. So bear with me as I kind of dive and grab it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is super exciting. This is a test, my very first test knit that I've ever participated in, and it's with Taylor E. Owen and her deadline. I got the deadline, so I didn't get the deadline before. It's totally fine. It's a reasonable amount of time. I just know I need to focus and get it done. So June 10th is the deadline, so I have to have it done by June 10th, and I'm guessing the information to her if there's any corrections or anything. But it's the Kingston Cardigan. Super cute. Very vintage inspired long sleeve. So I don't think I'm going to be wearing it, but it would probably make like a nice sweater to a dress, you know. It's cropped. It's super cute. I still have to get buttons for it. I don't have buttons yet. I've like stocked a bunch of different styles of buttons on Etsy, and I think I'm narrowing it down. I'm getting there. The real trick is whether you want to get like an extra button. You know how shirts always come with like an extra button? Am I the only one who worries about these things? Comment below if you worry about extra buttons. I can't be the only one. I can't be. Okay. I always hang on to them. You know, like every shirt that you get that comes with buttons and it has an extra, I do hang on to them. And I never use them. I never end up using them for what they're intended for. You know, like I never have the button fall off that needs to be replaced. I say that now and then. And I'll need to replace one. Oh gosh, okay. I'm really tangenty today. Oh my word. Okay, let's get back to it. Kingston Cardigan Test Knit. This is with my Bordeaux base. I actually do have a couple in stock currently in the shop. They are on my 100% Peruvian Highland wool base. It's non-superwash, so if you're looking for a wonderfully fluffy, cozy, definitely warm, it's going to be like a warmer sweater, definitely check that out. And it's a limited run colorway, so I did not record this recipe. I'm very excited because it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So I held it double. This is actually on a Corriedale base that I got from a farm out of Ohio, and I've been communicating with the farmer, or I should say shepherdess. She's the shepherdess, but farmer, shepherdess, I think both. Their sheep, they actually, you know, share, I think she said like once a year is when they do it, and then they ship it to a mill in Michigan, which is super awesome. So I wanted to support her. And so my goal, because I bought it on a cone, which is wonderful, and that's worked great for me. It was time consuming to skein it up. I used a knitting knotty. It was a process. But I have been in the works with her to hopefully get skeins. This would be next fall, maybe, is when, this coming fall, I might be getting skeins from her. That's the goal. That's the goal. I really want to support her, so we're going to try really hard to make that work. And it's beautiful. This wool is amazing. I would buy it off the cone, but the process of skeining this by hand is time consuming. So I am working on trying to get that so that I can sell that in the shop, because it's beautiful. It's so fluffy and so squishy, and it's a lot like Peruvian Highland wool, but it's just a little bit fluffier, like it's a little bit squishier. It has a little bit more of that merino element to it, so it's wonderful. A little more of that down breed kind of feel to it. But look at these details. So I've split for the sleeves for sure, and here's where I was last week, guys. Okay, let's appreciate how much I have knit on this project. Normally, I am not super monogamous. Look at how much I've done. If you're not impressed, you should be impressed, because I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Like, that's mileage. Like, that's some mileage. And I've been knitting a lot. My lunch breaks, my morning little, like, 10 minutes of knitting in the morning, and then my afternoon, like, evening, not afternoon, evening, after dinner, knitting is this. This is all I've been pretty much working on. Pretty much. So that's why I've got some distance. But look at how beautiful this color is. Can we just take a minute and appreciate this? It has the feel, at least to me, a little bit of like a tweed, is the kind of that, like, kind of has that tweed look to it, but it's got like brown and dark like ruby. Sorry, my Xiaogu needles are scratching on the surface here. Dark red in there. Oh, I love it. And then look at the detailing under the sleeve. This is so much easier to see while the sleeves are not long yet. But look at this. There's a cable that goes down the sides. Is that not so cute? See, it like, this little sweater is deceiving because in the picture it just looks like a cute little cardigan, but it has like this little detailing here in the raglan. But there's actually this detailing that extends down the side as well. So cute. So cute. Well done. And I have to say, so far, I'm so enjoying it, Taylor. I'm so enjoying it. I don't want to give away too much, of course, because this is a test knit, and she will be releasing it in the near future. But let me just say, it's a lot of fun to knit, and clearly I am cruising, because this is worsted weight, so I'm holding fingering held double, and this is very fluffy fingering. It's borderline DK, so it's definitely getting there. Oh, and then of course I've got this cute Progress Keeper. Okay, I busted off the little cherry stem. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it, because it kept getting caught on this wonderful fluffy wool, and I just knew it was going to happen. But it still looks like a little cherry on top. And it's so cute. It's got Lucky Charms on there, and I think it's Bluebird Miniatures. I think that's the name. I talked about it in my last video. I also included a link in my last video to Bluebird Miniatures. Super, super cute. Super cute. Well done. I have to say, extremely talented individual. Her progress keepers, or charms, she calls them charms, but they're like a progress keeper with the little hook. They're adorable. Absolutely adorable. So, yeah. There you go. So I'm getting there. I am so getting there, and I am very excited. It is turning out amazing. And like I said, June 10th. So I still have to finish the bottom. I've got to do the button band area, which that's going to be an experience because I've never done buttons yet. So learning curve. Oh, and then sleeves. I got to get the sleeves done. So knitting double time on that one. I guess I was really ambitious this month. Anyway, so the next project I also have to finish soon because deadline has been established. I thought the deadline would be a little further out. Whoops. Totally miscalculated on that one, but I found out that the baby shower is going to be next month, and near the end of the month, thank goodness, but nonetheless, I've got like a month to finish this one as well. I think I can do it, but mind you, I also need to get that Kingston Cardigan done by the 10th. So the 10th of June, and then I have the 24th of June, but it has to be done, finished, wrapped on the 24th. So technically it has to be done like a couple days prior because I need to wash it and block it. But that is the whippersnapper, which, hello, adorable. Look how cute. Oh, it's got one little short sleeve. Isn't this so cute? Oh, so this is using Multifarious Nature yarn colorways. This is Frost, which is a super pretty blue. It's like it's like the ultimate baby blue. Frost. And then Frost is also between each color as like a little divider. And then we have Odette, which is a super beautiful tonal, like gray blue. It's so pretty. And then Winter is Coming, which is super fun variegated speckled colorway. And with some like blues and grays and green, like, oh, so pretty. And then we have my brain. I'm telling you, you guys, it's just gone. Did I get this right? Winter's Coming. And that. I am drawing an absolute blank. Is that weird or what? It's Lake of Shining Waters. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. I got sleep. I did. And I did not drink coffee today. I've been drinking decaf, by the way, for like a year. So the fact that, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a weird moment. Anyway, Lake of Shining Waters, which is a beautiful pearlescent looking blue, and that does help with the base that it's on. It's on a BFL base. These three are on BFL bases. Super pretty. This is a merino nylon base, and then this one is my alpaca blend. So it's alpaca, merino, and nylon. So 20% superfine alpaca, 60% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. It's so wonderful. It's so soft. Oh, so soft. It's so much fun to knit. It just slides right off your needles, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. But it's wonderful. So, like I said, the difference I made on this one is the ribbing was supposed to be the color that's at the top, but I'm actually just doing it as the darker one. There's multiple reasons. One, visually, I think it's, to me, more grounding having the dark color on the base. I'll do the same with the sleeves, but also for cleanliness. Kids tend to get into things. So having the sleeves a dark color is probably a good idea. So I'm now getting into my Lake of Shining Waters colorway on the sleeve. So this is my progress that I've done. I think the last time I showed you guys this, the progress keeper was here, to be fair. So I needed to move that. What I did was just the sleeve so far. That's all I did. So I worked on this the other day for a little while. But it's struggle because I've got two things going here. I've got a test knit, which I need to make sure I get that done. But then I've got a gift knit, which I also need to make sure I get done because, you know, I want to give it to her when it's the time to give her the gift. Instead of being like, which is totally fine because I understand. I've been there. Instead of doing what I did to my mom, I love you, Mom. She's so forgiving. I want to make her socks, like, so bad because she wants a pair of socks. And I told her on her birthday, I owe you a pair of socks, which is so sad. Like, I really wanted to actually give her a pair of socks, but I owe her a pair of socks. So I don't want to do the I owe you. I really want to give this gift so that the little one, even though the little one won't probably wear it for a little while, I want to make sure that she has it so the little one can wear it when she's ready. So. So, like I said, ambitious. 2 sweaters. Luckily, one of them's a child's sweater. And then the other one is a cropped cardigan. So my hope is that that will make it faster. It's cropped, so there's less stitches. I tend to not make cropped items, so I really hope that that will go faster because of that. I hope. It seems to be. I'm getting progress. It's wonderful. So far, it is really turning out well. And mind you, I have to look at it a lot more than, I really have to focus on what I'm doing because I don't want to screw it up. Because I don't want to have to rip back a far distance because that really does slow you down. That's for sure. And you know, there's cabling, but I do my cabling method, and I know I've talked about it before. Because I use interchangeable chiaogus. I have my set of chiaogus with me, and I just take the needle size down from the needle that I'm knitting with, and I just slip the stitches onto that and hold them aside, knit, and then slide the stitches back on when I do the cabling. It's amazing. It works really well for me. I've not owned a cable needle. I don't really foresee myself getting one. Unless I get it as a gift. I just don't see myself like going out of my way to get one. I don't really need it. I really don't. There's some really pretty wooden ones that I like am intrigued by. But it's more because I like the look of them. And I would use them, but I don't really need it. I don't know. The tools. They're tools. They're tools. Someone benefits from them, I'm sure. Okay. I'm trying to get this video so it's not super long, and I'm just a talker today. Holy cow. Anyway. So acquisitions, guys, I know I've said this before. I know I said it to my husband. I know I said it to him. I may or may not have said it in a video. I swear I've said I'm never going to purchase another fleece because of the processing. I don't know if I mentioned that before. So I've purchased fleeces. I've purchased 3 fleeces so far. I've purchased a Cotswold, which is my very, very first fleece that I ever purchased. Holy cow, guys. So that one was a great deal. Beautiful fleece. A lot of processing because it was fairly dirty. It had a lot of vegetable matter that needed to be carded out. And even after carding, when I'm spinning, a ton of little bits of veggie matter are going everywhere. So I'm spinning that like crazy right now. But the good news is I did finally finish carding it. I kid you not. I finished carding it last week on like Thursday. So it's been probably a year that I've had that. So I finally finished carding it. Process. I've only spun up most of it now. I still have a chunk of it aside that I'm working on. I'm spinning it like crazy now, and I'll tell you why. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I did this. Okay. And then I have 2 more fleeces downstairs. I hope you guys are interested in this. If not, there is some yarn I will talk about in a minute. So I promise it's not like all about spinning. But I have 2 merino fleeces, which that might have been, oh my gosh. Merinos are a challenge, huh? They're a challenge to spin. So, so I have a lot of merino. I have 3 big bags now, so it's washed. I just need to card them. I have not carded it yet. I need to get it carded. And then I need to spin it. And I need to spin it quickly. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I did a thing. Oh my gosh. Stash acquisitions. I guess you could call this a stash acquisition. It will be a stash acquisition because it will take me a long time to get through it. Because I'm going to hand spin it, of course. Because that's what I like to do. And that was the goal behind buying it. But thinking back, I think I lost my mind. Okay, so Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium. I talked about them in the last video. I've purchased souvenir yarn from them in the past, which, oh, wonderful yarn. Super soft, super fun. If you want some super fun farm yarn that is beautiful, definitely go on over to Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium. I'll include a link below because I'm talking about it, but I included it in my last video as well. Bunch of yarn on there. Wonderful yarn. Super fun. It's definitely, I think it's mill spun. I'm not 100%. I think it's mill spun though. But it has like thick and thin parts, so it has more of that hand spun quality to it. So maybe it is. I have no idea. Is that sad that I don't know? I don't get it. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Based on the pricing, I would say it was mill spun. But she's very reasonable with her pricing, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway. Tangenty today. Holy cow. So mill spun yarn from Ballyhoo. Anyway, I purchased fleeces from her. She was having a fleece sale, and a lot of the fleeces are from last year, which I think they're going to be fine. I think they'll be okay. Usually you don't want fleeces sitting around for too long before you spin them just because they can really get dry. So I'm hoping that they're all good. I mean, she knows how to handle wool and fleeces, so my hope is that it'll be totally fine. I don't think it'll be an issue. I think it'll be fine. But her pricing was super reasonable. Very reasonable. I am impressed, I have to say. She just wanted to move them, and her pricing was definitely priced accordingly. Very much so. She had them priced excellently, and if you are looking to get fleeces, I can't say I recommend buying the fleeces because I haven't actually received any fleeces from her before. I've only received yarn. So I can't recommend that because I technically haven't done that. I purchased them, I haven't received them yet, and then I haven't worked with them yet. But I can say at least pricing wise, they're very reasonable. So if you're interested, you have either a spindle or a spinning wheel, and you're just interested in getting a unique fleece that you've never got before, she has a couple different breeds. There's, I think she has some Jacobs. She has a couple Jacob fleeces. She has alpaca fleeces. She has Scotland and Shetland. So those are some of them. She may have more than that, but those are the ones that I can off the top of my head remember. And I purchased a lot of fleeces, you guys. I'm going to tell you a number, and I'm not bragging because I'm actually thinking I lost my mind. I really did. So the most that I've ever purchased are 2 fleeces. That's the most I've ever purchased. And it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And after when I bought the 2 fleeces, the 2 merinos. Okay, that was the thing. They were merinos, and they're notoriously very lanolin rich. So it is a lot of work to clean them. But I swore, my back hurt so bad after I did those because I cleaned both of them at the same time. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna ever get fleeces again. Don't let me do that. I bought 5 fleeces. I did. I lost my mind. I like process a lot, so I really like spinning them. I really like taking this fleece directly from, barring the fact that I did not actually shear the sheep, having that fleece and then cleaning it, processing it, everything, getting to the point of spinning it, and then turning it to yarn, and then at that point making something with that yarn. That process is wonderful. I love it so much. That's why I'm a glutton for punishment and apparently purchased 5 fleeces. I did. I lost my mind. But her pricing was super reasonable. A couple of them were lamb fleeces, and I never get lucky enough to get a lamb fleece. Never. I just never do. I always end up with the adult sheep fleeces. Always. Because I don't know, my timing. I usually find these sales after they've been picked over. I'm not there right away, but I've been just, they popped up, and I saw, because she posted them on Instagram. That's where she's selling them, is on Instagram. So if you're curious, go on Instagram, look up Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium, and she's a lot of them sold, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them sold because the pricing was on point and they were nice looking fleeces. So originally I went with 4. I went with 4 fleeces, and I was not gonna buy more. So I've got Gotland, which is a new fleece for me to work with. I've worked just with merino and Cotswold. I like the long wools, and Gotland is definitely a longer wool, so I'm excited. And they're beautiful. Oh my gosh. The ones I purchased, there's some like cream colored, so I could dye those if I choose to. And there's some grays. Beautiful grays. I'm so excited. Silvery. Oh. And I could technically dye those too. I have a struggle dyeing colored wool. It's so beautiful on its own. I struggle to dye it. I really do. So I don't know if I'll dye it, but I definitely will spin it. So I've got a couple Gotland. I think 4 of them are Gotland fleeces. For sure. No, 3 of them. 3 of them are Gotland fleeces. Pretty sure 3 of them are Gotland fleeces. You've purchased too much, you can't remember what each thing is. And then 2 of them are Shetland. I have 2 Shetland fleeces too, which is exciting. And one's a lamb fleece, I'm pretty sure. And then the other one is a black fleece. It's Black Dahlia is her sheep, and it is gorgeous. It's all black, or like dark brown, and then it has some of the bleached tips, which hopefully they're not like super brittle. It's always a struggle. If the colored tips are light, you never know. So hopefully they're good in sound. She said everything's good, so I'm hopeful everything's sound so that it'll make great yarn. I hope. So again, I cannot recommend the fleeces because I haven't received them and worked with them yet, but I can recommend the service because I've definitely purchased from her in the past, and I can definitely recommend the pricing is amazing. So as an experiment, it's worth the price for the experiment, but yeah, I bought a lot of fleeces. It's kind of crazy. That will take, because if these fleeces are similar size to the others, so I don't know how dirty they are. These goats, these sheep, I don't know how lanolin rich they are. Merinos are terrible. Like, they're really lanolin rich. I'm not sure how these will be, but the merinos were really hard work to clean, like really hard work. So hopefully these won't be as bad, because otherwise it's going to take me probably 3 weekends to do it. Yeah, because it takes usually about a week or so, like a couple days for the fleeces to dry. I'm trying to think of a new method of how to do it. We use a kiddie pool, and I just like soaked them out there, but I had it all in big chunks. I think what I'm going to do is I got some, what do you call it, like laundry bags, cheap laundry bags that are mesh, and they're big. And I think I'm just going to divide the fleeces maybe into 2 pieces each or something, or just put 1 fleece in each bag. We'll see how crazy I am. I might do that. And then we'll do 2 at a time each weekend. And then maybe just like, I use the screens from our windows in their lower level. and I lay the fleeces on those. Like, I take the screens out and I put them on my drying racks, and then I put the fleeces there and let that air go through. But the weekends have to be nice out. that's the thing too. You know, the weather has to be nice because I have to be outside doing this. So we'll see how that all goes. But anyway, that's the insanity of that acquisition. Yeah, I bought 5 fleeces. Oh my gosh. I think I lost my mind. I do. Anyway, other acquisition, yarn related. Fleeces are yarn related. They are. This is exciting. So if you're familiar with Stonehedge Fiber Mill, they are out of Michigan. Supporting a local business. I love this. I've wanted to get crazy yarn for a while. And they now no longer sell it out of stores. They're not doing wholesale with their crazy yarn anymore. They are only doing it in-house. So what they do is they randomly post on, well, they post on Instagram, but they definitely post on their website. They post their colorways. So the colorways are completely random. Every single one is its own skein, and they are numbered. Like, that's the color. The color is the number, like, literally. But I picked up 4 of them because I really wanted to. I've been wanting, and they're all different. They're all different. Some of them are like cousins. And so the goal for me, okay, because this is like super different compared to like some of these other ones. Like, what? But my idea is, if you think of the color wheel, your contrast color, you want to look quite different from your other color. So this is my contrast. Or that would be a good contrast. This would be a semi-contrast, and this would also be a good contrast, but this would be a really good contrast. So there's a really neat pattern from Andrea Mowry that just came out, and I purchased it a while back. It's this really beautiful cowl that she created that has kind of a look of a shawl, but it's a cowl. Can't remember the name off the top of my head, but she uses spin cycle yarn, which is beautiful looking yarn. Talk about luxury yarn. Beautiful looking yarn. I've never purchased it. I don't foresee myself purchasing it because, now this is not the same thing, but it's dyed in the wool. Spin cycle yarn is dyed in the wool and then spun, and so it's kind of unique. However, the way they do it is they do batches of colors, where this is crazy yarn, and they literally make each skein, and it's completely random. But some do look similar enough. But yeah, I'm going to use the crazy yarn, depending on how much yardage I need. And I think I'm just going to use that and do that cool pattern, because I think it'll have a similar look, a similar effect, but it's supporting a local to me business, and that is important to me. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, if you're curious about getting any Stonehedge Fiber Mill crazy yarn, you will now only be able to buy it either at their little shop, if you go to their shop, or online at their shop online. And it's stonehedgefibermill.com. Like I said, they just post things randomly. Like, they just do like updates, if you want to look at it that way, and they just upload a bunch. And they usually will post on Instagram and on their Facebook when they have uploaded a bunch of new ones. And sometimes they usually do it singles. However, sometimes they'll do sets of colors that are very similar and sell them together. They're reasonably priced. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's just so much fun, especially if you want to do a very creative looking, artsy, colorful project. Anyway, yeah. So those are my acquisitions, and that's about it. Life update. I want to spin all of my wool because I need to make room for this wool that's coming. I want to spin all my wool. That's not the problem. The problem is the time to do it, you know. It's always about the time. But anyway. Probably take the dogs for a good walk. It's nice out. It's very nice out. It's in the 70s today. Oh, it's beautiful. 70 degrees in Michigan after an unseasonably warm week. I won't complain. It was wonderful. However, it was warm. On Wednesday, it hit 90. It hit 90 degrees in May, which that's weird for us in Michigan. It's really hot. That's like the peak of summer temperature. So that was like a week ago. It was in the 40s, and that's quite the jump. And it's a jump when you can't figure out if you should bring a coat to work. Like that's how you know it's a jump. And I had to dig through my clothes. That's the other thing I need to do today, hopefully, is go through my clothes. I usually pack up all my summer clothes during the winter, and then vice versa, I switch it. So I need to get all my summer clothes out. I'm wearing summer clothes. I had to dig through my bin to find some summer clothes because it's so warm and wonderful. Anyway, so I was knitting outside this morning. That's kind of a thing I do. I posted on Instagram. I get up early on the weekends, which years ago wouldn't. If you'd asked me if I would get up early on a weekend, I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" But I do. I wake up early. I wake up. Yesterday I woke up at 5:30, and today I woke up at 6, like just after 6, 6:15 or so, and I get up, let the dogs out, and then I go out on the deck and I sit out there and I knit and I watch the sun come up. It is glorious. It's glorious. If you can do that, I know I've talked about this before, but if you can do that, like get up early before half of the world, you get up early and you're rising with the birds and you can just see the sunrise and hear nature because there's not as much people going around, there's not as much cars running around, there's not as much traffic, there's not as much mechanical noise. It's pretty beautiful. It's pretty magical. I'm just going to put that out there as a challenge. If you can do that, try it. Try it sometime. The goal would be to do it naturally and not use an alarm, but, we do what we can do. But if your body tells you to get up, just get up. And I'm so grateful because even though it's early and, it's early, I'm so appreciative for that time because I just knit and it's so relaxing and wonderful. So I highly recommend it. To take that time. Weekdays when I'm working, it's hard in the morning. I get up early anyway, but I'm usually like getting ready for work and I kid you not, maybe have 10 minutes to knit in the morning. But those are amazing 10 minutes and I appreciate those 10 minutes. So I just try to cram it in whenever I can. And that's how I get to where I'm going. So I hope you guys are doing well. The video has become long. Apparently I was a talker. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I'd love to hear from you. If you have purchased crazy yarn, I'd love to see what you guys have made with it. I would love to see your colors if you have some in stash. I would just love to see it. I find their yarn amazing and beautiful and so much fun. So I hope to talk with you soon. And I will probably see you next weekend. Yeah, I'll see you next weekend. Have a good week. Take care.